Graham. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has got to be.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11. 12, 12, 11 empty, 11 empty.
Now Hall to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
18 runners. 7 Pirates. Drop 60.
They'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
11 MT, 11 MT, 11 mighty, 11 MT, 11 Thomas, 11.
2nd and 5 now. Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
1st down. Here's Burrow. This is intercepted.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
60 Buffalo 18. 70 Ring,
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Barkley will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Barkley again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Cut back in! Cut back in! Mustang 19! 79 Broncos! 60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Dawson Knox with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the 49ers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here we go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They go play action with Burrow. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. How about that? They weathered the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
18 Cardinal. 19 Wyatt.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Another try for Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. First and goal, no gain. Second and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball third time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
19 tight, 19 tight. Dixie Maverick.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. The quick slant caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down.
Great job here by this defense. They try to bring the receiver from one side of the field to the other, hoping he'll get lost in the wash. But a really nice job there to make a quick tackle and force fourth and goal.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On fourth down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Here we go.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, they got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Burrow. And he'll find Hall. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in the second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense once again up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2nd and 14. Here's Tony on the quick slant. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On On second down, here's Barkley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
40, 70, 60. Cup 19.
Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers.
Kadarius Toney
From 19 yards away. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They gotta go.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24.
Niners 24, Jets nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw complete here to Kmet.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
11 empty.
Burrow on play action. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception. They got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they can let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
99 Broncos.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That'll be caught by Tony. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. It's Barkley on the counter, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it.
Touchdown! Dawson Knox with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Niners get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On 1, right?
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go.
Ball again on 2nd down. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
11, 11. 11, Thomas. 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They're firing a deep ball for Kmet, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
4th down, here's Joe Burrow. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll drop to throw. And this one too low. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Does the big boy have the juice? The 40. 20, 10, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are on the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
11 Thomas. Hey, you got to go short.
Play action. It's Burrow. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Here we go.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
11 Mighty. 11 Mighty. 11
19-yard line.
11.
They go play action with Burrow. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. Here's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing again, it's Burrow.
He finds Wilson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
11 empty. 11 Thomas.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now it's Burrow. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
13 yards there and a Niner first. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Back to throw again. Finding Knox there, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Again, he'll drop to throw. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco. And